Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Iranian state media confirmed the martyrdom of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, saying he was killed during joint US-Israeli strikes. Authorities declared 7 days of public holiday and a 40-day national mourning period. Reports said multiple senior Iranian officials were also killed in the attacks, which Iranian authorities described as one of the deadliest phases of confrontation with Israel and the United States. Casualty figures released by officials put the overall death toll at 201, with hundreds injured. Crowds gathered in Tehran's Revolution Square and at the Imam Reza Shrine in Mashhad to mourn. Footage showed scenes of grief. Iranian Defense Minister Brigadier General Aziz Nasirzadeh and Chief of Staff Mousavi were killed in US-Israeli airstrikes on Iran, targeting a Defense Council meeting, Iranian media confirmed. Other high-profile casualties include Mohammad Pakpour, Ali Shamkhani, and Mohammad Siraj, leaving Iran with a potential vacuum in its political and military hierarchy. The strikes come amid reported martyrdom of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, intensifying tensions across the Middle East. Iranian authorities have warned of imminent IRGC retaliation against US and Israeli targets. US President Donald Trump celebrated joint US-Israeli airstrikes that killed Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, calling the operation justice and warning that heavy bombing would continue as long as necessary. Speaking from Mar-a-Lago in Florida, Trump said the strikes targeted Iranian missile capabilities and naval assets. He urged the Iranian people to take over their government and called on members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps to surrender, warning the alternative would be certain death.
President Trump says the US military is sinking Iran's navy, claiming 9 Iranian warships have already been destroyed and that American forces are going after the rest. In a social media post, Trump said Iranian vessels would soon be at the bottom of the sea. He also said that a separate strike had largely destroyed Iran's naval headquarters. Separately, Trump said Iran's new leadership wanted to talk, and that he had agreed. In an interview, the American president noted that some of the previous negotiators are no longer alive, calling the delay a big hit and saying Iran should have acted sooner.
An Israeli strike hit Shajareh Tayyeba Girls Elementary School in Minab, southern Iran, killing 108 people and injuring 63. The attack is part of a broader US-Israeli strikes on Iran, launched Saturday, which has sparked regional escalation. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi condemned the strike, calling it the killing of innocent children, while Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghaei called for UN action against the blatant crime. Analysts question claims that US-Israeli strikes are limited to military targets, noting the civilian casualties in Minab. Iran announces the formation of a temporary leadership council following the martyrdom of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Ali Larijani, secretary of the Iranian National Security Council, confirmed the council will be established immediately to ensure continuity of governance. Larijani emphasized that the transition is structured to maintain political and military stability during the national mourning period. He reassured the public the armed forces are fully in control, and despite recent attacks, the overall outlook will be bright. Remembering Khamenei, Larijani described the loss as profoundly painful, but framed it within Iran's historical resilience. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian condemns the martyrdom of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, calling it a great crime and pledging a strong response. In a statement from Tehran, Pezeshkian said the assassination would never remain unanswered and vowed that those responsible would face consequences. He described the killing as a turning point in the history of the Islamic world and Shi'ism.
The US Central Command says 3 American service members have been killed and 5 seriously wounded as major combat operations continue under Operation Epic Fury in the Gulf of Oman. CENTCOM said in a statement that US forces struck an Iranian Jamaran-class warship, now reported sinking in the Gulf of Oman, amid sharply rising tensions following recent US-Israel strikes on Iran. Moreover, 4 crew members were injured when a Palau-flagged oil tanker under US sanctions was hit off Oman's Musandam Peninsula. Oman's Maritime Security Centre said the vessel, identified as Skylight, was struck about 5 nautical miles from Hasab port near the Strait of Hormuz. The 20-member crew was evacuated following the attack. Emergency crews rushed to the Israeli town of Beit Shemesh after an Iranian missile strike killed at least 6 people. Israel's ambulance service confirmed the fatalities as security forces sealed off the area and rescue teams searched a damaged home. Video from the scene showed injured residents being taken away on stretchers as ambulances arrived. The United Arab Emirates reported 3 deaths, while Kuwait said 1 person was killed in separate raids. Meanwhile, explosions were heard in Dubai and Doha for a second straight day as retaliatory strikes spread across Gulf states following US and Israeli attacks on Iran. 2 people were injured in Dubai when shrapnel from intercepted drones fell on homes. Thick smoke continued to rise from Jebel Ali port, where debris sparked a fire. In Oman, Duqm commercial port was targeted by drones, wounding 1 worker. Damage was also reported at Dubai International Airport, the Burj Al Arab, and Palm Jumeirah. Russian President Vladimir Putin has described the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, as a cynical murder that violated human morality and international law. In a message to Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, Putin offered deep condolences and praised Khamenei as an outstanding statesman who strengthened Russian-Iranian strategic ties. Meanwhile, Russia's foreign ministry says the closure of the Strait of Hormuz could cause major imbalances in global oil and gas markets as tanker owners and traders suspend shipments through the vital waterway. About 20% of the world's crude and LNG flows through Hormuz, and any prolonged shutdown would heighten supply disruptions.
China has urged an immediate ceasefire following recent United States and Israel strikes on Iran, calling on all parties to avoid further escalation and respect Iran's sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity. China's embassy in Israel advised citizens to move to safer areas or leave via Egypt's Taba crossing, while those in Iran were told to exit through Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkey, or Iraq. State-run Xinhua news agency condemned the strikes as brazen aggression and a violation of the United Nations Charter.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.